Welcome everybody to the Chess Lab, welcome to episode 10, Road to 2500 Rapid Only Chess. Let's get straight into it. Let's go, I have here my water obviously. Here we go. One knight to f3 following Solon course on the reti, the second from the top as you can see. My opponent goes knight to f6, let me play g3. My opponent is a 2000 rated player. My idea is to fianchetto and then eventually strike with c4. But if they go for g6 ideas, I may do something a little bit different. Okay, let me modify the brightness of the screen. It was a little bit dark. Okay, so my opponent plays knight c6. Not sure what they're trying to achieve with this move, aside from e5. So maybe they're trying to trick me into that, so let's play d4 to prevent them from playing e5. If they play d5 themselves, perfect. We enter back in a variation which is quite trendy lately, actually. But now I can play bishop g2, and this is a big idea, combined with knight to b4 to attack c2. However, that's not really too critical. I think it equalizes for black, at least practically. And okay, here my opponent is going for knight to e4, which simply loses a tempo with the knight. And okay, the opponent can argue that they're gonna play it anyways later, but still, they're spending a little bit too much time with their pieces. I'm just gonna castle. I don't see what's wrong with castling. And then, okay, now they do this. But now I just want to play c4. What happens if I play c4? Well, knight here doesn't work already because I can check them and they have to go back. So that's good to know. Now, of course, the question is what happens if they take? That's a question. I may try to hit this bishop with my knight, and all of a sudden they're experiencing issues. If they go back, I just take while winning this knight here. And so after c4 take here, they can't really take because I just take, they take, I take, and they may want to go here, which is perhaps an idea. But then I take here, they take here, I go here, and they won't be able to get out, I think. So let's go with this c4. Perhaps I calculated wrong, and, you know, sometimes it happens. Okay, e6 by my opponent, which is definitely an interesting move. Okay, I want to punish them for playing like this, but maybe I can't really punish them. I want to play knight to c3, perhaps. If they take, I take towards the center. If they take, well, again, I have knight to h4, hitting a couple of places here, so let me go knight to c3. I don't want to spend too much time thinking this time. I want to play a little bit faster. Not sure what's going on in this position. Okay, they play bishop to b4. That's definitely one move. Now I can play queen to b3. And I don't see nothing particularly wrong with that. I think I'm gonna go with it. This pawn is defended for the time being by the knight. I'm defending the knight here. They castle. Okay. Now what happens if I take? Well, they can take here, but then I take, hitting the bishop and the knight, so that will be wrong. So after this, what can they do? They have to take here, I guess. But after I take here, a couple of pawns are hanging, so let's just go with it. Let's just go with it, guys. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what shenanigans await us. Let's find out. Let's discover. Okay, they take like this. Now, of course, I can take here if I really want to. But then, okay, there is this argument that there is bishop e6. I can take here, of course, right? Yeah, because I'm also eating the bishop. And after they take here, let's say, then I take the bishop. Then they take here, though, and they win back their material. So I'm not sure. Takes, check, takes, I take, they take with the knight hitting my queen. I'm still gonna go for it, or no? Can I just improve my pieces? I'm trying to figure out a way, because again, taking here, it's a little bit tricky after this move. I take, they take with check, I move. I have a central pawn for a lateral pawn. No, I'll be down a pawn for some reasons. I take one pawn, because they're gonna get these two pawns, so that's perhaps not so good. But it looks good, doesn't it? It looks really good. On the other hand, I can play a3. And this kind of forced them to do something about it, perhaps taking here. So maybe that's a little bit more conservative. Let's do that. Let's play it safe and sound. Now they saved the pawn, but now this diagonal, look at that. It kind of gets opened a little bit now. If I do this, they're gonna play this move though, which I'm not a big fan of. I may want to go here actually, or perhaps here, and if they take, it's a weird structure, but then I'm gonna have a target. And if I go here, what they're gonna do? They're gonna go back perhaps. No, but then I win this pawn. It's an interesting options for me right now. If I go here, they're gonna go here. But then I'm controlling this square, and I can always move up. I think so, yeah, let's go. Unusual structures, but I'm opening up my bishop. And I'm controlling this square. If they take, I think they're giving up perhaps a piece that could have a future, at least here on c4, maybe. They go there anyways. Okay. Now I can move here though, I think. And this is a pretty safe square for me. Of course, I have to keep defending this pawn. And now I have a strong knight here on e5. And if you compare these two knights, it's clear which one is better. So yeah. Maybe f6 is a move, but of course this is very, very weakening. Okay, they go for it anyways. That's a possibility. Can I play f3? Not sure what that does. Not sure what that does. I can try to get to the f4 square to target this pawn, perhaps. But maybe I can play knight to d3, they go here and I go here. And maybe that's a little bit off the safer side. They can play a5, I go here. They kind of have a fork here, which is not ideal, but let's see. I can also consider taking here first. Oh, I take here first. They have to take with the bishop, I think. Because if they take with the pawn, they can also take with the pawn, actually. But that wouldn't be good. So they're gonna take with the bishop. And now where do I go? It's not super easy. But maybe that's okay. Because I'm perceiving this knight as a little bit too powerful together with this guy here, because, you know, if I just retreat, then this guy's gonna come here together with this guy here. It's a little bit too much. Not that it can't be handled with, but, you know. I just have to be slightly careful about those light squares. Ideas like these, of course. But okay. Let's see where this is gonna bring us. They take with the pawn, which I don't think it's super accurate, but it's a move. Can I play knight c6? They take, I fork them. They have to move the king. I take. This feels alright. Hopefully I'm not blundering. If I'm blundering something here, I'm just lost. I'm just dead lost if I'm blundering something here. So hopefully that's not the case. It's a weird move, knight c6, but the goal is that I want to kind of simplify the position. There is queen e8, of course, okay. Check. Hopefully I'm not blundering, because again, if that's the case, it's GG's. Okay. And now, you know, every time they push, my queen can go back. And also I have bishop here and ideas of this nature. Well, here I have to move the rook. Where do I move it? Let's go to the open file. Semi-open file, I should say. Okay, this may look a little bit dangerous, but now I have this move, which comes with a tempo. If they keep going with this, I'm afraid they're getting checkmated somehow. I know checkmated is a big word, but who knows? Who knows, right? Now let me fix. That's a dangerous move, though. That's a little bit dangerous. I don't know exactly how to proceed. Let me proceed by... Oh, maybe they want to go here. So let me improve the position of my bishop, preventing rook f6. Queen g4 obviously is a move. I can't prevent everything, of course. Can't prevent everything. Now they're threatening to play f4, but they aren't really. So I think I'm in time to just play something like a4, which looks a little bit ridiculous that I can play that, but now I think I can just go here. I think I can just go there. And now, okay, I can even take like this, I think. My queen is guarding that important square. They have to go back. Well, then now I trade immediately. I'm not even gonna... I'm not let them repeat this. And now this bishop is actually trapped. Weirdly enough. So let's go here. Okay. Let me take. They take like this. Now let me infiltrate. Pushing this pawn is not really possible because this hangs. So that's something. Okay. Now I'm gonna close this bishop. I want this bishop to be dead, obviously. And they're basically playing down a piece now, which is great. Yeah, it still annoys me that I'm always tremendously down on time, but somehow that's how it is. The good news is that they are pretty much without a move. I think I can trade rooks. I can also double here. That's an option, obviously. To trade everything into a winning endgame. I think this is also winning. I think. Let me take here. Now taking here allows a check, which is annoying, so I'm gonna take like this. And now this is hanging. This is hanging. I start to feel good about my chances here. They go here. Now that's a little bit annoying, to say the least, but I should be fine. I should be. Here check, here check. Okay, let me just take here. Feel like this is good enough. I shouldn't be checkmated here. I should be okay. Should be. Because I just move. They don't have pass pawns here, so I think this is fine. And this is just a game of chess. Now they can, of course, get out, but I feel like it's a little bit too late at this point. They can try to trick me, and if I take, there is this thing, but I'm just gonna move, hitting both pawns, and I should be alright. They take like this. I'm gonna go here. Check is answered by taking. That was my point. And I think that's pretty much it. Of course, I'm not relaxing too much because still blunders can be made, but I'm up 2 pawns, which is good. Now I'm also threatening this. He's counting on that move, but I saw it. And I have this check and I can go back defending. Unless they do this, in that case, okay, I had other plans. Now everything is defended. And now it's just a matter of converting the advantage, so to speak. I think I'm gonna push here. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And if they allow me, I'm gonna push here to g7 to really make sure the rook stays. You know, they're forced to keep the rook controlling that pawn. Also, perhaps king to g4, maybe. Maybe. I'm not really attacking that rook in that case, but it's annoying. Okay, now they move away from the attack of my pawn. So first of all, let's hit the rook, even though I'm not hitting the rook. But if the rook moves, then I'm more comfortable in taking this pawn. Of course, there is this check, but my rook is gonna be out of the way. If they go here, I just have this. Okay, now I take. I have what matter on the light squares. Still tricky, obviously. Check, I move up. Not the simplest position, but is a position. Now if I go here, they're gonna take this pawn perhaps, but let's give it away. Okay. Not so easy. I have to move. I have to move. I have to move. What am I doing? What am I doing? I have to move. I have to move. No time, unfortunately. I have to move. I almost lost on time. Now it's difficult. It's still winning, but it's difficult. Unfortunately, that light square bishop is controlling some very critical squares. But I'm about to go here and consolidate. So at least I have that. Check. This would have been critical, but I would have put my rook on a dark square. He has to be careful where he goes. Check again. Check again. And now let's just go back. Actually, let's go up. Because if he moves the rook somewhere, there is this thing here. Check again, because why not? Now I'm winning a tempo. Now I'm winning a tempo. And my pawn is progressing, which is great. Now I'm winning another tempo because I'm threatening to win this. If he goes here, I win this. Okay. Now I want to go back here. Maybe taking the bishop is winning, but want to make sure I'm not blundering the game away. Well, and he blundered the game away. I saw that the bishop controlled that square and he just put it there. Okay, we win this even though it wasn't the cleanest game.